Hello and welcome to the PF Lammas Ritual 2022. We'll start off by grounding ourselves and preparing ourselves for the ritual. Now, to do this, I'd like us all to close our eyes, take a few deep breaths, and as you continue breathing deeply, I want you to visualize a place that to you symbolizes the harvest. This could be a field of crops. It could be your local allotment where vegetables are growing. It could be wild berry bushes just waiting for you to come and take the succulent blackberries. Really build up the image of this place. Think about what it looks like. What can you hear? Maybe bird song. Maybe the flow of an adjacent stream. Or if it's your allotment, maybe it's the sounds of the hustle and bustle of everyday life going on around you, whilst you sit in this little oasis of calm and growth. Look at the crops, whatever they may be. Nature has nurtured them and grown them to the point where they are now ready to be harvested, to sustain life and continue the cycle. Think about how this makes you feel. Feel the connection between yourself and the cycles of the earth, cycles of life and death, providing sustenance. And just sit for a moment with that image in that place and prepare yourself to give thanks for the earth's bounty. And when you're ready, slowly, in your own time, open your eyes and we will begin the ritual. Okay.
We're going to start the ritual by calling on our ancestors, spirits, and deities and the elements. So, we call on our ancestors, all who wish us well, those who have come before us and who we remember, and those we do not. Join us in our ritual space and our celebration of summer and harvest. Hail.
Hail.
We call on spirits, the unseen watchers, wights, and other beings who are safe in our homes and lives. Join us in our ritual space and our celebration of summer and harvest. Hail.
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 We call on the deities, those of our cultures who we worship, stand alongside and revere and respect, who watch over us and help us in our practice and give us cause to have faith in something beyond the physical world. Join us in our ritual space and our celebration of summer and harvest. Hail.
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 We call on the elements, on earth, air, fire, and water, on north, south, east, and west. Watch over our ritual space and our celebration of summer and harvest.
We will now have a selection of poetry, which reflects this time of year and the changes that are taking place. So the first poem that I'm going to read, this has been written by Mabh Savage, who would have liked to have been here to read it out today, but is in the Lake District with questionable signal. So I'm going to read it out on her behalf. And the poem is called The First Harvest. The fields have turned golden, ripe and ready, eager for the sickle, to cut the first grains, to beat the next rains, to offer an end and a beginning, the vital step forward in the eternal cycle. The season has bloomed, like a sunflower bursting with seeds, so heavy it bends under its own weight, bringing life for us, for the birds, for the squirrels and voles, and for itself, starting itself anew, planting and nourishing itself, cherishing itself, challenging itself to grow into something extraordinary. A blessing to the brambles, ripe with purple juice, a blessing to the flowers, white and gold and puce, a blessing to the crops, beans and peas and beets and more, a blessing to the lakes and streams, the oceans and the shore. A moment's pause now, a chance to be the sunflower, to find the seeds. We want to sow, to count the weight of what we already have, to turn our faces gently to the sun and allow that with this earth we can be done.
And now I want to read a poem from Lesley, Clary, Sage. It's called Scrumping in Sid's Garden. We feasted in Sid's garden, red currants, blackberries, gooseberries and tay, raspberry and roses, roses all the way. Earth banks bounded the distance to the sky, hedgeling and brambling roaming by. Sweeps of sweet grasses, meadow hay and flowers, spiraled carved out contours, timeless hours. Pools of living moment, sky summer blue, drifts of waving foliage, colours peeping through. Euphoric butterflies trace dancing grace as we stepped through the shared sacred space. The buddleias heady, breathe mingled with the rest. We feasted in delight, suns turned to west. Greedy city children, cherry picking country delight. Then the scene in Sid's eye, future growth and sharing, caring for the land. Peaceful waves of happy home, so we can understand the pleasures of an afternoon, not dreaming in the garden.
And the final poem that I'm going to read out is one of my own. It's called Finding Frey. In the days of my youth, I travelled off north with my family, free of concerns, not seeking out knowledge, not looking for gods, but we choose not how the spindle turns. Before those sweet summer days, in the trees between the lakes, I'd been told there was only one Lord, but a presence I felt, and a presence I knew, amongst the glaciers, forests and fjords. Though it felt so familiar, so nourishing and pure, I knew not the name of this force. Though I felt like he'd been there since I was but a boy, though I tried, I knew not the source. I called out to the trees, to the rocks and the streams, who is this plentiful one, who nourishes and nurtures with fertility and love, with me since my life was begun. Then the answer came, though I know not where from. Was it from Spirit, Alf, or White? They call him Ing, they call him Lord, Boar Rider, his feast on Yule night. He is our king, our ancestor, our God. With folding ship he sails the sea. With antler in hand and gird as his bride, he fills his dear followers with glee. Our Lord of Peace, shining van, with us through night and by day. And you are like us, you follow our king, and now you know his name is Frey.
Those are beautiful. Now going to close our ritual. We offer and dedicate these words and the lights from our candles, representing the sun high in the sky this lunar, hoping for a plentiful harvest and health for the year ahead. We thank our ancestors, spirits, and deities for being here for our lunar ritual. We offer our ongoing respect to all and our hopes that they will continue to be with us as we carry on our human lives through the seasons into autumn and beyond.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.